They represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with RightPath Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817.
All right, Jay, stand by. Hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Now here's your host,
1.
Jason Bible.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We got a special guest in studio.
Good morning, folks.
Benchmark Insurance in the house.
We are here. We are live.
So I love having the insurance folks in. It's like insurance and attorneys because it turns into war stories the whole show.
Oh,
right? Yeah, because it's all like, let me tell you what happened last week at the office, right? So, so let's start off. What is it? I want to talk about y'all's website, and I actually posted a link to it here on our Facebook page, where you guys are working specifically with real estate investors. And I can't underscore this enough. So we've been doing this for about 4 years now. Until y'all came along, insurance was a nightmare for us.
Right.
Like it was buy one policy that's fully earned at 6 months, but then I'd only get this much premium back. And it was like I was getting killed.
Too much to manage.
Yeah, it was too much to manage the policy for each one of the properties.
Right.
So talk a little bit about the investor product that you guys have got over at Benchmark.
You know, as investors, we understand your struggles, especially on the insurance side. As you grow buying individual policies, you have a builder's risk when you're doing construction. You got a dwelling fire for a rental. You got to cancel those and rewrite. Too hard to keep up with. So what we did is consolidated all of your properties onto one exclusive package. This allows us to add and remove at real time. You get your online portal to do everything online. You have $1 million in liability per property. So essentially, you're getting one insurance bill, one renewal date, and the convenience to look for more properties and not have to shop for insurance. Your rates are pre-negotiated, so we know your rates per territory. So Harris County, we have the lowest rates in Harris County at 70 cents. So essentially, that's $700 for 100,000 square feet.
Yeah.
For 100,000 in coverage.
Yeah.
And we have wind coverage in Galveston. So there's so many perks to the package that if you are a going investor, you need to consider it. Jump on to insureinvestors.com. You can actually rate and quote yourself. And if you like the price and you want to proceed, you can actually bind online, email certificates to your lenders. It's an all-in-one package portal, and it's very easy to use.
It is absolutely awesome. So I want to start with, like, when we buy a property, right? So let's say we're going to do a rehab on it, whether it's going to be a rental property, flip property, owner finance, doesn't matter, right? So typically we'll need a builder's risk policy for that, right? Going to start a rehab, and then when we finish that portion of the property or the process, then we're going to move on to the next step, which
the vacancy
could be
part.
Vacancy policy, right? Which is a whole separate policy.
Another can of worms.
Yeah, whole nother deal. So if you're going to flip it, then you've got this vacancy policy that's relatively long term, and then if we get a tenant in there, then we need a landlord policy, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of these investors don't understand that. That's 3 separate policies in 3 separate points of time on one property.
Far too much to manage. And with our package, it's a 3-in-1. So whether vacant, whether under construction, or a rental, it's an all-in-one, and they don't charge you any more for either. So use that to your advantage, because if you are growing, and I've had investors, some of the home investor guys, they basically have an administrator handling all their insurance. That's the agent's job. So again, we just kind of took the fun out of what they were doing and said, let's make it easy for you guys. And we launched this about a year ago, and it's hit the ground running.
Yeah. Well, I think to go back just to the risk management side of this, what a lot of investors don't seem to understand is all 3 of those separate policies during the process of realizing revenue from that asset, whether it's from a flip or from a rental property, that if an incident occurs and they don't have the right coverage, they're not covered.
Misclassification is what I see lately with agents. especially for agents that don't understand the real estate side of things, because they'll take it, oh, okay, it's a vacant house, or don't ask the right questions. If it is under construction, you have to have a builder's risk. If you do not, and it's just a vacant or a dwelling fire policy, they can and will deny your claim. So then your assets are at stake. If it's vacant and the insurance company is unaware, and you have a theft and they go in and steal your light fixtures, your AC units, and just leave the house a mess, they can deny that, and essentially you're losing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000.
Yep.
So, classifying it properly is one thing, but as we contacted these insurance carriers, we kind of gave them the gist of our business, who we're targeting, and we built this policy around that. So there's just nothing like it.
No, there's nothing like it. And from a price standpoint, it's even less expensive than most of those other just single policies, right? They're a lot, even the landlord one, typically when you're looking at, when I look at insurance on auto properties, $1,200-$1,300 a year for about $100,000 house,
right.
And this includes everything,
right?
And I didn't know you guys included wind now on the tier 1 counties,
wind in Galveston and in Pearland, so in Brazoria County.
Yeah.
So that's just unheard of. I mean, TWIA is just a nightmare to work with.
Oh my gosh,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's we're basically taking all the issues that you've ever had for insurance and all the struggles and all the companies you never wanted to deal with and consolidated. And every year we're pre-negotiating. So if our claims ratios are low, for instance, we wrote about $2 million in business, only had $200,000 in claims. We're very profitable for these insurance carriers. They are more likely to give us the rates that we want because they want to keep our clients happy, and essentially they're profiting in the end.
Right.
So if we're negotiating your rates down, your rates constantly go down, and it's easier every year.
Yeah. But I think that the thing I always find fascinating is whenever I'm talking to a group of investors, they'll say, hey, Jason, do I need to put these different assets in an LLC? What if I have a house in my name? I talked to I was out in Lake Charles. I talked to a physician, and so her and I were talking. Her biggest concern, obviously, is I'm a doctor.
Right.
Something happens at one of my rental properties, they're going to come after the evil rich physician, right?
Exactly.
And I said, well, the reality is just have a lot of insurance. And I said, and she told me what type of physician she was. Her specialty was in an area in which has a very high claims ratio. And I said, more than likely, you're going to get sued in your practice long before you'll get sued for your rental property, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I said, but the first line of defense is to manage your properties in such a way that you wouldn't have any claims.
Right.
But if one arises, you just have really good insurance.
Exactly. And it's a great point that you brought up. This policy allows you to add as many additional insureds or LLCs included. I have investors that have partnerships that have LLCs. It does not limit you for no additional charge. We can go down the line and say, okay, let's look at your portfolio as a whole, and we see you're all over the place. Great, we'll put it onto that package. And you're getting $1 million in liabilities. Individual policies only contain, what, 300,000?
Yeah, it's 200 to 300.
200 to 300,000. In this case, you're getting $1 million per property. That's far more. That keeps you from having to buy umbrellas and excess liability policies. So it limits your policy count, brings your premium down, and then it gives you the coverage that you need, especially for a dog bite or a slip and fall case. Or, I see a lot of, mold. I've been inhaling mold for 5 years. Now I want to sue my landlord for $2 million. I mean, I see all different types of claims that we can discuss. Yeah,
actually, that's a good point. So what are the common claims? Let's talk about landlords first.
Right.
What do you see that comes out of the landlord space?
Ooh, this past week we've had.
Yeah, it's literally like what happened last week, right?
I had a roofer. It was a rehab flip. Brand new investor. Poor girl. She just put some money into this and wanted to do it. Been a part of the program. So roofer fell through the roof and broke his ankle. And of course the employer didn't have workers' comp. So who's he going after?
That's right. That evil rich real estate investor.
What's sad is she's not rich. It's her first deal and she's trying to build something, and now she has a sour taste in her mouth. So he's going after for $1 million. Well, what she found out is builder's risk only covers basically pedestrians that get injured, not so much the contractor.
Right.
So you need a form of contractor liability coverage, or some form of workers' comp. It wasn't there. So now we're having to settle that. We also see courts of contractors, dog bites. I get a ton of dog bites from tenants that have vicious bull breeds and things like that.
So you have a tenant that is that the tenant that owns the animal that ends up biting somebody that's coming to visit or a family member, or what's
usually a neighbor, a neighbor's kid, or things of that sort. And what's crazy is the landlord is liable. You know, if I own a house and my tenants throw a party and an underage drinker goes out and kills a family, it all falls back on the landlord. They're obviously, have nothing to sue for.
Right.
So who are they going for?
That's right. The guy that's got the money.
Exactly.
Right?
So going for the money. And I've seen some pretty sticky cases, and in a lot of cases they win. It's just hard. So any third party injuries or lawsuits, I see. Trampolines. They don't happen as often as they used to. Swimming pools. Yeah. You could have a swim at your own risk or don't swim. Doesn't matter. If something happens, you're liable. So be real careful. Yeah. Make sure you have the right coverage, like you said.
And you guys cover pools inside your
most
policy.
certainly.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
So I'll tell you one little sticky area, especially for landlords and even flippers too, is a lot of times these policies require a rider for pools. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
So their policies include pools. So, all right, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk more with Hatham at Benchmark Insurance. This is Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate.
Call with your questions.
Mic's off, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been crazy. A lot of claims.
If you have cracks in your walls, ceilings, or floors, you may have a foundation leveling problem. Do you have doors that stick or just won't open right? Maybe you have gaps in the bricks of your fireplace. You need Green Tree Foundation Leveling, a fast, high-quality foundation leveling company based here in Houston. They know how hot it gets on the Gulf Coast. High summer temperatures, heavy rainfall, and clay-rich soils are leading causes of foundation cracks. If you have a cracked slab or a shifting foundation, call Green Tree Foundation Leveling at 832-329-1687. How old is your house? Many older homes in our area require foundation repair simply because of our climate and soil conditions. Green Tree Foundation Leveling provides free estimates within 24 hours. They repair concrete slab foundations and pier and beam homes too. The experts at Green Tree Foundation Leveling work fast and offer competitive rates, even a lifetime transferable warranty. Call 832-329-1687 to schedule an appointment with Green Tree Foundation Leveling.
Are you an active real estate investor? If so, a real estate attorney is a crucial member to add to your team. Contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. Ehlert Law serves clients in real estate and business law with principal offices in Houston and their acquisitions and dispositions. We are equipped to serve you in your residential and commercial real estate law needs. Contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. We draft and review docs and structured transactions and represent you in disputes and litigation. Or choose one of our transaction packages to cover your sub-2, wholesale, wraps, or private financing deals. Our business and commercial services include business contracts, entity formations, and business consultations. If you need a reliable, dedicated firm to serve on your team, contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. 346-231-1120. Paid for by Gerald Ehlert, principal offices in Houston, not board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property?
Yeah.
Then call
1
Fast
minute.
Track Remodeling at
Okay.
832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done. Train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right. And complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992. Or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, fellas, stand by. All right, guys, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate. Phone number 713-785-1817. We're in the house with Benchmark Insurance.
Benchmark Insurance.
InsureInvestors.com.
Do not forget that. Go to InsureInvestors.com. This week, you are allowed to update and upload your own spreadsheets, and it'll give you a quote on the spot. So take 5 minutes and quote your properties, find out where the lowest rates are, and jump on it soon, because not everyone qualifies, and you know it's something that you have to see.
It's so funny. It's like you're speaking to my heart right now, because you guys have no idea out there, especially new investors, what a pain in the rear, like getting insurance quotes, especially if you got more than a handful of properties.
Right.
And they send you, like, you call up your insurance guy and go, all right, I need to get the quotes of these. Yeah, I'm shopping a little bit. Okay, I need all of these forms in triplicate, and now you can just upload an Excel file, and then just magically spits out your premium.
Or go online, and that alone is a struggle, because you're calling, you sign up a policy, that house has a roof issue.
Yeah.
Now they want to cancel it after inspection.
Yeah.
You have to, I need this, and now your agent's a little reluctant or kind of upset, and kind of messes the relationship up there, and leaves you no options. This case, there are no inspections. They're basically taking a good faith clause and saying, all right, we're going to insure the house as is. You're getting replacement costs. You're getting seepage and leakage, pipe leaks within the walls. You're getting essentially a DP3 form policy, which is a beefed up form and has all the bells and whistles, including the liability. There's nothing like it. So why not?
So we're getting like on a vacant policy,
right?
It'll cover pipe leaks in the middle.
It'll cover pipe bursts. It'll also cover theft. So most builders' risks have a $5,000 theft sublimit. So they're not going to cover it, a huge AC unit or vandalism. In this case, they are.
So I was a risk manager at the University of Texas, and we dealt with insurance, but our insurance was all custom-made stuff. It wasn't, kind of standard policies. And I'll tell you, the first thing you learn day one in risk management, in particular on the risk transfer side, which is really what insurance is, is read the exclusions. Like when you get a policy, don't read all you need to do is find where are the exclusions.
Very smart.
And the exclusions are, and you'll see it when you guys go do a builder's risk policy, theft is one, and burst pipes is another one.
Burst pipes, earthquakes, explosions, terrorism, flood. Flood is huge.
Flood's a huge
you're
one.
Totally right, because people are always fixated on what they cover, and it's very vague. Like you say, oh yeah, I'm covered for water, but there are many other types of water leaks.
Yeah, is it rising water?
Is it rising water? Yeah. Is it a sewage and backup from your toilet? So there's a very fine line there. Knowing this, you're right. Read the exclusions, but I offer a policy where they don't even offer you what they're writing. All you need to know is on a named peril policy, they're covering 1 to 15 risks.
Right.
And the exclusions are vague. In this case, my policy is going to tell you what they're not covering. Everything else is covered. So they're saying flood is not covered, obviously,
right.
which we can always add on to our package.
Yep.
Earthquake isn't covered. Mold isn't covered. Just a couple, 4 or 5 exclusions that stand out. Anything outside of that realm is covered.
Right. So, like, flood's a good example where we were talking about during the break this house we got down in Galveston, right? So, FEMA, NFIP came back and said, the policy is going to be like $7,000, I think, $7,500.
I quoted that.
Yeah, and we were like, there's no way. And then y'all's policy, just to add the flood rider, was like $700,
$500 to $700.
Yeah, $500, and it's like, I think we'll do that.
And this is the benefit of the package. It has so many different options. So where FEMA is higher in some areas, such as Galveston. $7,000 for a house that's $150,000 in coverage. Didn't make sense, right? It's a dollar rate. So we don't need an elevation certificate, although you had it. So $100,000 in coverage essentially is $1,000. $50,000 is $500. So having the supplemental flood coverage is another step, another obstacle that we've wiped out for that investor, so they don't have to deal with the petty issues at FEMA. And then the inspections that FEMA has and the requirements that they have, they're hard to keep up with.
And then my favorite is when they actually pay.
Oh, that's the worst.
See, a lot of people think that, oh, I got insurance, there's a loss, and they'll just write me a check like a week later.
Yes.
It's like, no, that's not how this works.
I had another client who we insured the property under the wrong LLC. So we had it under his personal name, not under the LLC. $90,000 claim, denied. Right, and they basically said, "Hey, you have no insurable interest in this property, therefore, claim is denied."
Which is stupid because his LLC owns it, which of course he owns the LLC.
Exactly.
And it's like
we fought it for 9 months.
Wow.
We just got paid maybe a month ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're just a nightmare on claims to deal with. You don't really have much of a leg to stand on. I've talked to multiple attorneys, and they don't want to pick these cases up. They don't feel like they have a good chance on winning, and it's a waste of their time. So dealing with FEMA is pretty tough, and they're high priced in some cases.
So it's best to go with a policy like you guys have had. So what other kind of things have you seen? You've seen contractors falling through roofs, dog bites, that sort of thing.
Right.
What other stuff have you seen from landlords and flippers in the insurance claim portion of the business?
Landlord and flippers, I get a ton of vandalism, a ton of theft, and
so talk about the difference between vandalism and theft.
Okay. Well, I had a client who came to me and, gave me a copy of their policy that wasn't through us. And it was a basic TAPCO builder's risk.
Yep.
If you dealt with TAPCO before, $900 policies don't cover much.
Right.
No water coverage, limited theft coverage. So
and that's an $900 policy. Typically, depending on how they write, it could be for only 6 months.
Correct.
Which is a lot of them are 6 months or even a quarter. Whereas y'all's policy is like $700 for a $100,000 asset for a year.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like half the cost. It's not even funny.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
and she basically called me and said, "Hey, this is my policy. My agent's not helping me. What do I have?" So we dissected the policy. They came in. They stole the AC unit. They took all her fixtures. She had all her flooring in there, all the building material in there, taken. Then they go in and kick in all the sheetrock.
So we've gone from theft to vandalism at this point.
They run
right?
hand in hand.
Yeah.
They run hand in hand. They tried to move the water heater. The water heater caused a pipe burst. A pipe burst caused a lot of water damage. And
a pipe burst is not a theft or vandal. I mean, that's a whole separate incident.
It's a separate,
right?
But it was caused by the vandalism.
Right.
So therefore, where does it lie under? Well, I go in and I dissect it. She had $5,000 in theft coverage, no water coverage, no vandalism coverage. So, she had about 40 to 50 in damage on the house.
40 to 50,000 in damage.
In damage.
Right. Okay.
And then not to mention another 20,000 in materials taken. So $70,000 on a $150,000 house in the hole. For what?
Yeah.
Just because I didn't really understand my policy or my agent really didn't explain it to me.
So what? At the end of the day, what is she going to be able to recover? It sounded like about $5,000.
About $5,000.
So because she was missing, I want to dissect that a little bit. Because she was missing there was 3 events, right? There was a theft, vandalism, and then we had some water damage as well. And she was really only covered for what, the vandalism piece, or was it for theft?
She had a $5,000 theft sublimit. That's it.
That's it. So she had theft, so they paid out the whole $5,000, right? Because she had now remember, guys, this is really important. This is where a lot of people get tripped up when they say, "Oh, I've got insurance." It's like, no, you got to actually read the policy, because there's what are the exclusions, meaning what am I not covered for, and then there's always sublimits inside the policy. That's really important to understand. So she had a $5,000 sublimit for theft, and then she didn't have any vandalism, and she didn't have anything for water.
Right.
So all of the theft and the vandalism the vandalism and the water weren't covered.
Essentially denied.
Yeah, which was probably the bulk of that
of the
claim.
damage.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So
once the pipe burst, obviously it leaked everywhere, flooded out the floors. Now we might have a mold issue. There's just so many things, and it was hard to tell her these things, but it's also a lesson learned. You know, deal with an agent that has that experience, that's been in real estate, that has done builder's risk and things like that. And, you know, if your model is to grow, you know, there's other options for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, in the policy that you guys have, it's also telling to know all the other folks all the other business owners around town that are involved in that. Like, I know you insure a whole bunch of folks like us, right? There are hundreds of houses, right?
Exactly.
And then, so it's the savvy folks that have figured out, okay, yes, you place your these are the things that we need in a policy, and you guys cover all that.
Right.
So, that's the fascinating thing is once you have a loss, and that's typically when people get there. We like to say you're either earning or learning. So when the earning stops is when the learning starts, and that's where she got her lesson, about a $65,000 lesson.
I only get calls when the hurricane's brewing. Am I covered for this? Am I, you know, like, where were you when I tried to explain it? Because, you know, insurance is a touchy topic. People kind of fear what they don't know. Yeah. You know, and, you know, I like to enlighten my clients and say, hey, this is what you need to know you're covered for. Why? Not for mine or your benefit, but when the adjuster comes out for a claim, I want you to know what you're talking about. Yeah. If they feel like you have a lack of knowledge in insurance, don't know much, they're not going to point out certain damage on that house.
2 minutes.
So they're going to do the walkthrough and say, well, you know, here's a $10,000 check and hopefully you sign. Come to find out, you got water damage behind the walls, you have a little mold issue, you know, they missed a few back pieces. Here you are. You have a $30,000 claim, and you signed off on 10.
Right.
So this is for their benefit to make sure that they're not taken advantage of, because that's the way these adjusters are.
Oh,
you know.
Well, it's they're trying to limit their amount of risk, and there's two ways to do it. Right. There's to do it on the front end on what you're actually going to insure. Right. And the second way to do it is what you're going to pay out when there is a loss.
Exactly.
Right. Frequency and severity. So you reduce the severity of the loss by paying out less.
Exactly.
And the frequency of loss you can reduce by just not covering it, which is what a lot of these policies do.
And that's always an option. I mean, how much of a gambler are you? You know, do you like blackjack or hold'em?
Yeah.
And I have investors that own these homes outright and feel like, you know what, I'm saving myself $20,000 a year. In 10 years, I can fix my own roof and any damage that comes with it. You know,
1 minute.
It's all about, obviously, if you have a loan, you have to have insurance, and there's no way around it. So, you know, take those precautions, understand your policy, make sure your agent has a little background in real estate, and that you get the coverage that you need. There's coverages that are top heavy. We can eliminate some of that and make sure you're covered for the vandalisms, the water, just the little things that happen more often than not.
You know, it's interesting. You talk a little bit, you alluded to it there. When do you self-insure and when you don't?
Right.
Like, for example, the vast majority of our properties, we don't carry flood, right? Because a separate flood policy doesn't make a lot of sense. If you've got 100 of these things a year at $500 a piece, it makes sense to just write, unless it's in an area like down in Galveston, Tier 1 county, or in a flood zone. It's a totally different deal. So, all right, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk more with Hatham at Benchmark Insurance. Phone number here is 713-785-1817. We'll be back right after the break.
Mic's off.
All right, I'm going to go grab some.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Junk King is your full-service junk and clutter removal solution. You just point, and we will do all of the work. Junk and clutter can be appliances, furniture, yard waste, trash, construction or remodeling debris, items left by former tenants, or anything you wish to dispose of that does not require a permit for hauling. Apartment, attic, garage, and office cleanouts or yard cleanups. We even assist with tenant evictions where law enforcement is present. Our courteous, uniformed, and professionally trained teams provide you with free estimates. We will beat any comparable competitor's written quote, and we even sweep up after every job at no additional cost. Junk King is the greenest junk hauling service in North America. We donate, recycle, repurpose, and reuse as much as possible from every load, and we are averaging 60 to 80% nationwide. Fully insured, Junk King would love the opportunity to showcase our services and earn your business. 1-888-888-JUNK.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual
All right, fellas,
Mortgage.
1 minute.
Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Investor Loan Source is
Hey,
Houston's
fellas.
premier investor loan company. Our products
Gentlemen.
and approval process are unique in the Houston
Okay, we got
marketplace.
20 seconds.
Okay. We loan based on the asset alone.
Louisiana's
that
totally
means no
untapped.
credit minimum,
Yeah,
no
especially
income
those
requirements,
outskirts,
and no
smaller,
reserve
like
minimums.
Lake Charles.
Second,
No, they said
we have
Baton
short-term
Rouge.
loans for
They only
fix and
have
flips
two.
and several long-term options for rental properties. Since we're asset-based lenders, everyone is approved. Check out Investor Loan Source at ils.cash. That's ils.cash.
All right, fellas,
Louisiana
stand,
house buyers.
This is
Stand-
business.
stand, stand by, guys. All right, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Good show.
I know. We're planning all kinds of stuff over here. That's why people got to watch the Facebook feed because they get all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's all but official. We'll figure out within the last 5 minutes. We'll do an event out at Lake Charles again. I think that'd be awesome.
Coming to Golden Nugget very soon. I'm thinking in the next month.
Yeah, it would be awesome. All right. If y'all have questions about insurance stuff, 713-785-1817. I'm here with Hatham of Benchmark Insurance, insureinvestors.com.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it. This is kind of like those things when people are first getting into real estate and they're like, well, should I do this, this, and this? Or what about this? You go, just do this.
Just do this.
Just do this. Just trust me. Trust me. All this, insurance is a total pain in the rear, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't do it right, as our example in the previous segment,
Right.
she's going to get a $65,000 lesson in insurance.
On top of that, and then now with this package, you can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's no misclassification.
Mhm.
The insurance company knows it's one of the three. Whether you have a claim or not, they're not going to ask those questions. Oh, was it vacant or were you doing rehab? No, it's covered either way.
Yeah.
So this is the way for the new wave of insurance. Check out Insurance Investors. Go on there, play with it a little bit. Put a couple properties in, add your coverage, and it'll spit out a monthly rate. 12 equal payments you can do. There's just so much you can do with it.
And the renewal, here's the other thing. When you start doing multiple properties, you start getting all these different renewal dates. And you're trying to keep up with. So you've got one policy that's your fire and AOP on a single family house. And then 2 months later, you may have bought a FEMA flood. Right. So then you have this one, and then you have a flood policy.
Why would that flood be 30 days later?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it doesn't start till 30 days.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
So then you're sitting there and you've got 10 of these things, and you're like, wait a second, did I renew the flood? What did I renew 2 months ago? I can't remember.
You miss payments. You double pay. then you have a claim and now you're not covered.
Yeah.
It's, again, your time is everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so why are we going and just purchasing policy after policy? I had a client who gave me a spreadsheet of 180 policies, times 2 with the floods.
Yeah.
And all different dates. And I go, what the hell do you want me to do with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he literally paid a girl 40-something thousand a year to manage that.
To manage 360 insurance policies.
And she's calling agent after agent. I need a quote. We need the best rates. And, let's get away from that. Let's just consolidate all of them. You'll get an online portal. You can go in. You can add and remove policies. You can change your lenders. There's so much it has to offer for investors, for growing investors, that you're not doing yourself a service by not checking it out.
Yeah, it's one of these. It is literally the simplest. Like I said before, I mean, it's like all these investors are asked, like, Jason, should I do this or should I? And then I just tell them, just do this one thing.
Right.
Sign up with these guys. Do that. I mean, it's literally that. If you want to go down this road and then learn, it's kind of like
TiVo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the way I look at it is kind of like when you tell the kid, stove's hot. Stove's hot.
Don't touch.
Don't have all these other policies. Just sign up here, do this
Right.
one thing. And they go, oh, wow, that burns. Yes, it does.
Right.
Do not do. Just sign up, insureinvestors.com. It's literally that easy. If you got questions for us, 713-785.
Oh, we got a question.
1817. Oh, yeah, let's take a look here. Do investors that only do flips get set up on the investor package? And what are the advantages of the investor package versus a builder's risk policy that lasts 3, 6, or even 12 months? Okay, maybe we ought to explain this a little bit differently. When you're trying to ask, Austin here is asking the question, hey, you guys have essentially, Benchmark, you guys have set up this investor-friendly insurance package,
Correct.
right? Inside that package, it contains multiple policies, if you will.
Right.
Probably a better
Right.
way to put it. It's got a builder's risk policy. It has a vacancy policy. It's got a landlord policy. It's got, in some cases, windstorm and
Right.
some of these other things. So when you go to an insurance agent other than Benchmark and say, hey, I'm going to flip this house, they're going to offer you what?
A 3-6 month builder's risk
3,
policy.
6 month, 12-month builder's risk policy,
Correct.
right? That is going to have a lot of these things that are excluded that would be included in a Benchmark investor-friendly insurance
Very
policy.
true. And on top of that, those policies don't offer much return premium. So you cancel them, you're losing a lot of the premium. If you finish the rehab in a month, sell it in the next month, you're losing 4 months of insurance that you paid for. So on our portal, obviously it's real time. You don't have to worry about it. You can cancel it as the property sells with no issues. And it really just depends on the model. If it's a flipper that this is his first property, going with an individual policy is probably his best option because it's sort of a learning process. The portal, the investor package, is more so for flippers that have 8, 9, 10 deals going on at one time. And the insurance company knows that they're adding and removing at all times.
Yeah.
So, again, there's something for everyone. It's really up to us to analyze those risks, discuss it with that client, where their model is, where they're going, and us put them in the right direction.
I'll tell you, we had tens of thousands of dollars a year blowing out the door just in that builder's risk piece.
Just
right?
canceling.
Yeah, because we would go in and we get a builder's risk policy for 6 months, and we're in and out of the house in 4 months.
Right.
And 2 months of insurance, and we wrote the premium check for it, and we don't ever get it back.
Exactly.
It's what they call fully earned.
Fully earned premium.
So that's one question to ask your insurance folks. Hey, is that fully earned? And of course,
Yes.
they'll say, yes, it is.
Exactly.
And then
Very good.
then the next question to ask is, what does fully earned mean? So the insurance world has all these different things, and what I like to, when you get into something new, I like to ask what I call seemingly stupid questions, and that is, all right, I want to make sure, what does fully earned mean? Well, you write a check, it's 6 month policy, then whether you have it for
Cancel.
2 days or 6 months, it's fully earned, and you're not going to get a rebate for that. So very important to ask as many questions as possible. So let me see if we got any other questions on here. Oh, my voice is improving. Yeah, I'm trying. I think it's all we got right now on the Facebook page. So, what other mistakes do you see new investors making in the insurance world? Not knowing their coverages and that sort of thing.
The mistake or the misconception is that they go to their current agents who don't have a ton of real estate experience, and they get put in a direction who, let's say you have a State Farm agent. He say, hey, call my independent guy, and they just slap something together for you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ask the proper questions. You're being left exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So just be careful about which agent you're going to. Whether us or whoever else, and make sure, like you said, you read the exclusions.
Mm-hmm.
It's good sleeping material late at night.
Yeah.
But just knowing your policy and having an agent that's going to protect you in the event of a claim. One service that sets us apart from every other agent out there is that we do claims consulting. So what does that mean? Well, I'm not handing you a 1-800 number and telling you good luck. File your claim, good luck. No. Saying, hey, let's come out to the property, let's take pictures. We're going to provide you an estimate, an exactimate estimate. Exactimate estimates are speaking the insurance company's language.
Right. Yeah.
Now, when you hand them this estimate, they're saying, wow, this lady knows what the hell she's talking about. We're less likely to try to take advantage of someone like that. Instead of saying, how much are you going to give me? More so saying, this is what you owe me.
Right.
So we're providing that estimate, contractors if needed, whatever the case is, whatever we have to do to make sure you get what you pay for at the end of the day. Because one thing that's so disturbing, and when I was with Nationwide back during Hurricane Ike, was, you pay a ton of premiums year in and year out, and a disaster happens, and every insurance company finds a reason.
That's right.
To swindle their way out of an extra $10,000, or you didn't have this, and depreciation, or there's just a ton of clauses that they start to put in play, and you don't get what you pay for at the end of the day. That really bugs me. So when we went independent, started Benchmark, our main focus was to, I want to take care of my client. I want to make sure that we're going to protect them in a claim. I don't care about anything else. So knowing your policy, A, which we don't offer any company that's less than an A+ rated carrier. And then B, making sure that you have the right policy for the type of transaction that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when you sit down with your insurance agent, you go through the scenarios. All right, I'm doing a rehab. So what happens when someone steals the air conditioner? What happens when they break in, tag the house, kick in all the walls, steal materials, right? What happens when the pipe breaks, when it freezes? What happens when, roofer falls through the roof?
Someone dies.
That's right. Someone died. Bunch of kids break in, smoke some dope, set the house on fire. I mean, it's like all those things. And I'll tell you, all those things do happen. I mean, you've seen it, right? This isn't out of the realm. This isn't like earthquake. I understand why they exclude. There's not going to be an earthquake in any stuff here in Texas, right? But I mean, the reality is all this other stuff does absolutely happen.
And if you're adamant about managing the contractors and subcontracting everything, make sure that these guys that you hire have insurance.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're listed on their insurance. I had a plumber who goes into a house, uninsured, unbonded, leaves the water line on overnight, floods out the entire house, comes to find out that he didn't pay for his insurance policy, and someone's out $60,000-$70,000 grand.
Yeah.
You can sue him, but the guy doesn't have a leg to stand on.
No.
You're not getting anything.
Yeah.
So make sure if you're going to take that process and manage.
1 minute.
Overlook everything and say, hey, am I covered at all aspects? And ask the right questions. Talk to your agents and say, if this guy doesn't have insurance, what am I at risk for?
The ones I see a lot are electricians.
Huge.
That's a huge one. Because I'll tell you, whenever there's a fire on a house that's in rehab or recently rehabbed, almost guarantee you it's an electrical issue.
Right.
So they'll immediately go after the electrician to say, hey, let's see your policy, right? Your master electrician, let's see what your policy looks like.
Right.
So it's guaranteed. That's like the first stop for most insurance companies so they can subrogate the claim.
Exactly.
If they're at fault, right?
Exactly.
So that's critical. So I'm telling you guys, some of this insurance stuff can get a little boring, but the reality is it's like it will save your rear end. That's for sure.
InsureInvestors.com. Check it out.
InsureInvestors.com. We'll be back more with Hatham at Benchmark Insurance. It's Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate.
Mike's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Yeah, I think if we
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Virtuoso Graphics is not your ordinary sign shop. We are your one-stop shop for all your signage and graphics needs. We are located in the Galleria area and have been in business for over 13 years. We offer a wide variety of signage products, including bandit, aluminum, and ADA compliant signs to 3D letters. Need something printed? We can get that done too. From outdoor banners to business cards and anything in between. Take advantage of our laser engraving
We got
services.
1 minute, guys.
We can custom engrave on many products available through our catalogs or your own personal items. From large orders to small, we can accommodate your specific needs. We pride ourselves on customer service and work one-on-one with customers to make sure they get a good quality product. Come view our showroom to browse our many samples to get you inspired. Want your business to get noticed? Give us a call at 713-623-4425 or visit our website at virtuoso-graphics.com.
We're actually trying to figure out.
Investor Loan Source is Houston's premier investor loan company. Our products and approval process are unique in the Houston marketplace. First of all, we loan based on the asset alone. That means no credit minimums, no income requirements, and no reserve minimums. Second, we have short-term loans for fix and flips and several long-term options for rental properties. Since we're asset-based lenders, everyone is approved. Check out Investor Loan Source at ils.cash. That's
Talking about on the
ils.cash.
radio show, and we do a little bit of Facebook marketing.
All right.
This is Business
All right, fellas.
1110.
Stand by, guys. All right, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate. Seeing my buddy Juan just put a note on Facebook. Hey, guys, good info. We just transferred
Thank
our
you,
entire
Juan.
portfolio to
My
Benchmark. Juan's got more than 2 or 3 properties, so that's a lot. How many properties do you need to start on the insureinvestors.com website?
That's a very good question.
Okay.
We just got the approval for 2 properties. Okay.
Okay.
We were working on single, trying to get in one, but again, there's particular guidelines, and again, the pricing will change based on how many properties you have as well. So the more property coverage, the better your rate will be.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. If you have multiple properties, throw them all in there, and let's see what we can do.
It's kind of like buying mayonnaise at Sam's or Costco, right? It's like you're buying it 10 pounds at a time. So you want to have a couple of properties in there. That's what works
I don't know
best.
what to do with all that mayonnaise.
Yeah. So, but it's fantastic working with these guys.
Thank you, Kim Wynn.
But you guys can still insure. I mean, just not on the investor package. Y'all just go out and shop that one house, right, through the agents at Benchmark, right? Just not through the insureinvestors.com.
Right. So we have individual policies, of course, for investors that have one. And then, again, we'll slowly transition them to the package.
Yeah.
As soon as we see that, hey, they're very active and they're aggressive in the market, let's start buying some houses. And, I have investors that bought one last year and haven't bought one since. And then I got guys that, just bought one and they bought three in the next 3 months. So depending on how active you are, we discuss that. We'll figure out what the best option is.
So how do they contact you guys at the office?
Contact us at 281-569-4353. You can contact any one of our 12 agents. They can discuss the package with you or any other products for that matter. Or visit our portal at insureinvestors.com. There's nothing like it, and I do think that you'll be happy with it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We've got you guys doing, like, y'all have got an umbrella for us. We've got a GL on the new office.
Right.
Of course, we've got some additional riders because we got people coming in and
liquor
out.
liability
we got some
there.
liquor liability there. 'Cause be serving some booze
right.
At our event. So
come out to the show. Come out to the event.
Come out to the event so you can. But I mean, they also do other insurance products. That's really what I would tell you.
We do. We're not industry specific, just to investors. That's where we do really flourish and specialize in. But we write, commercial general liability for restaurants, truckers, you name it. We do packages for shopping centers, apartment complexes. There's nothing that we can't write. Give me a call if there's anything you want to bounce off me. If you have questions, I'm always free to call. My cell number, 832-375-4008. Call me, text me, any questions that you may have.
1 minute.
Yeah, that's great. So, again, insureinvestors.com. Great website. Always great having you in. I love hearing all the war stories.
Yes. I'll have some more next month too.
I'm sure. It's every month, right? There's always a new batch of these things. So highly recommend you guys check these folks out. I'm telling you, this insurance stuff, if you don't know what you're doing, it's fine when there's not a loss, right? It's fine when there's no hurricane in the Gulf. It's fine when when no one's broken in and the house is on fire. But I'm telling you, when you've got to make that claim, that's when you really learn how insurance works. And you want to learn beforehand it happens. I'll tell you what, a lot of people spend more time on how to manage LLCs and quote asset protection. They don't spend nearly enough time learning about insurance. And insurance is it's the second step
10 seconds.
in making sure you don't lose a whole bunch of money in this business. So
take it from the man.
There you go. So insureinvestors.com.
Thanks, Jason.
It's been Jason Bible. I've been here with Hatham at Benchmark Insurance. We will see you guys bright-eyed, bushy-tailed tomorrow morning.
All right, gentlemen. Good job. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye. You're welcome. Bye.